Good afternoon and happy Halloween. I'm KHOU Meteorologist Chris Ramirez. We are definitely expecting those conditions mostly wet across our areas. We are under that weather impact alert day from now until 6 p.m. As far as that impact, we are definitely seeing some wet roadways across our area. Right now we're dealing with a break from the rain in the Houston area, but all that rain still expected as we head into the next several hours. So definitely be extra cautious out there if you do find yourself outdoors. So looking at a live look right now, this is looking at Galveston, where they are dealing with some heavy downpours. You're able to see that Lone Star Rally. They're setting up there, and you're still dealing with those widespread showers along our coastal area. Currently 74 degrees, calm winds, dew point at 71. It is extremely muggy out there, all thanks to the moisture that's currently in the area. Houston at 83, west winds at 5 miles an hour, dealing with a bit of a break, dew point at 70. But looking at radar right now, most of the heavier rain activity to the southwest of town, just south of 69 going through Needville. There is some lightning with these storms. Not really expecting to see any wind concerns with these storms, but also looking off towards the east around Galveston, that rain is stopping briefly just for the moment. You're still seeing some heavy rain across the Bolivar Peninsula, so definitely expect some ponding on roadways and hazardous wet road conditions if you are traveling across areas south of Houston for the next maybe hour or two. And like I said, so not really seeing much rain right now here in Houston, but that doesn't mean that we're out of the woods yet. As we look at those rainfall accumulations, these are radar estimated rainfall accumulations. Well, close to 3 inches of rain just north of the South Beltway and just north of Brookside Village. 2.1 inches of rain, 1.1 just south of Alameda, Genoa. Even off towards Sugar Land, they've received close to 1.5 inches of rain. These areas were under a flood advisory. Now we're not seeing any flood advisories right now, but just keep in mind that additional rainfall could continue to bring some minor flooding in these areas within the next maybe hour or two. Close to 3 inches of rain just north of I-10, north of Brookshire. But looking at around the Galveston area along 45, close to 2 inches of rain south of Baycliff. And then as we look at future track and what we're expecting to see for the next few hours, we still are expecting these storms to slowly start moving northwards. So we're not out of the woods yet in terms of areas north of downtown Houston. We could still get those scattered downpours with stronger storms as we get closer towards the 4:30 hours. So it's very well likely that your commute home could be a little bit hazardous in terms of wet roadways and some wet conditions. As we get closer to 6 o'clock, that's when we are expecting this rain chance to slowly start diminishing. It's still good news in terms of kids if they are going out for trick-or-treating, but just keep in mind that things are going to be still soggy. Wet roads are still going to be slick for this evening. It's going to take a while for things to dry out, especially as we head into the overnight hours. We're not expecting any rainfall closer to 10 p.m. That's when we are expecting to be mostly clear. So as your official trick-or-treat forecast, expecting that rain to still be in the picture by 5 p.m. We're not expecting it to really leave the area until 7 p.m. We could see an isolated stray shower or two, but by 9 p.m., that's when we're expecting the drying out to occur. So we are still going to be under this unsettled weather pattern as we head through the weekend, especially as we get closer towards Election Day. There is going to be another weather system that's going to be setting up across our area that's going to bring some scattered showers and storms as we head into next Tuesday, especially as we go into the start of next week. So rain chances definitely in the forecast, at least for the next few days, especially as we head into our weekend. As far as your 7-day forecast, high temps in the 80s, lows in the 70s. Scattered showers likely through the start of next week. We will see these showers lasting at least through the Wednesday time period. But just in case you want to be keeping an eye on those conditions as we head into the next few days, as we are continuing to see these scattered showers bring some problematic conditions across our area roadways. So right now, just kind of reiterating what's been going on. We've seen these widespread scattered showers across southeast Texas through much of the day. Galveston has just now receiving that heavier rainfall. You have the Lone Star Rally setting up just along the Seawall Boulevard. They're still dealing with showers, but expecting those conditions to remain quiet right now for the time being here across the Houston area. But we are expecting very humid conditions that are in place for across our area, at least for the next few hours. And we're not out of the woods yet. I know right now we're dealing with a bit of a break here in Houston, but there is still some scattered storm activity southwest of town, and we very well could see some of these storms move northward in the next few hours. So be extra cautious on those roadways as we are still anticipating some possible heavy downpours through our area. Right now, the heavier activity happening south of Sugar Land and around the Needville, south of the I-69 corridor. That heavy heavy rain now still occurring over the Bolivar Peninsula. Even south of Galveston, you're probably hearing rumbles of thunder, but we're waiting for the sea breeze frontal boundary to bring some of these showers and storms northward in the coming hours. So just keep that in mind, that even though we're not dealing with rain right now, we're still going to be under the gun for some of those scattered downpours to be in the picture, at least through the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hours. So future track once again showing the northward movement of some of these storms closer to 3:30, 4:30, even 5:30, dealing with some scattered showers in and around just north of downtown Houston. That does include I-45 south of the Woodlands, even 249, 290, likely to see some of these scattered showers. So be extra cautious if you do find yourself traveling in these conditions. Give enough space between yourself and the cars in front of you. Slow down, slower than usual, as we are going to see a rather wet commute. But the good news is that we are expecting these showers to dissipate by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Still rather wet, but we are going to be not really seeing much in the chance of rain. So still good conditions for some trick-or-treating activities, but it's just going to be wet out there. So be extra cautious if you are traveling out and about later on this evening. And as always, you can find the latest weather forecast on KHOU.com and on the KHOU 11 app. Again, I'm meteorologist Chris Ramirez with the KHOU 11 weather team.